What kind of life are you creating? This is one of the most important questions I have ever asked myself. In this episode of Zero Day Learner, I reflect on the choices we make every day and how those choices slowly shape the lives we live. Some things are outside our control. We don't choose where we are born, many illnesses, or the hardships that life brings. But there are still many things we can choose: our attitude, our character, our habits, and how we care for the people we love. I've also realized that if we chase everything at once, we may never build anything meaningful. A simple life isn't about doing less because we're afraid. It's about focusing on what truly matters and building it patiently, one step at a time. In this video, I also share lessons inspired by my mother, who taught me through her actions that love is often stronger than convenience, and that some of life's greatest achievements are built quietly through patience, responsibility, and kindness. I'm not a scholar or a religious teacher. I'm simply sharing my personal experiences and observations. I may be wrong at times, and I'm always willing to keep learning. Thank you for watching. Episode 10, Part 1. What kind of life are you creating? Hello, my name is Thao. Welcome to Zero Day Learner. Today I'd like to ask a very personal question. When you look at your life, do you like the picture you're creating? Some people believe our lives were chosen before we were born. Others believe we create our lives one choice at a time. I honestly don't know. Perhaps it's a little of both. There are many things we cannot choose. We don't choose where we're born. We don't choose our parents. We don't choose many illnesses that come into our lives. Some things simply happen. But if we are healthy enough to make choices, we still have something very valuable. We can choose how we live today. Sometimes I think we spend so much time watching other people's lives that we forget to look at our own. We compare ourselves. We chase success. We try to impress people. We hope someone else will make us happy. Then years pass. One day we wake up and wonder, how did I get here? I've learned that life is often built one decision at a time. The person we become tomorrow is shaped by the choices we make today. Our thoughts matter. Our habits matter. Our words matter. If I constantly tell myself, I'll never succeed, I may slowly stop trying. If I believe my future is hopeless, I may begin making choices that lead me in that direction. On the other hand, if I choose to keep learning, to work patiently, to care for my family, to improve a little each day, then little by little, I'm creating a different picture. Not a perfect life, but a better one. I've also realized something about myself. I cannot become someone else. I can admire other people. I can learn from them. But in the end, I have to become the best version of Thao. Perhaps that's true for all of us. Instead of asking, why isn't my life like someone else's? Maybe we should ask, what kind of life am I creating with the choices I make today? Because every day, whether we notice it or not, we're adding another brushstroke to the picture of our lives. Episode 10, Part 2. What kind of life are you creating? As I continued thinking about the picture we create with our lives, another question came to my mind. If you could draw the life you hope to live, what would it look like? Would it be filled with constant chaos? Or would it be peaceful? Would it be full of anger? Or full of kindness? Would it be built on fear or on hope? Before we dream about the future, I think we should first appreciate where we are today. We may not have everything we want, but perhaps we already have more than we realize. If we're healthy, that's something to appreciate. If we have family who loves us, that's something to appreciate. If we have food on the table and a safe place to sleep, those are blessings too. From there, we can continue building. First, take care of yourself, your health, your character, your peace of mind. Then, if you have a family, take care of them. Spend time together. Listen to one another. Love them while they're still here. If they're not with us, far away, not on this earth, have passed, or in the soul or spirit realm, bless them with love. After that, continue building your work your finances, and your future, one step at a time. I've also learned something about problems. Everyday life is not going to be sunshine and rainbows, and you'll have no worries. Sometimes it may give you ups and downs, lefts and rights, and you may not be able to control it. However, mostly you still can control yourself, not joy, but continue moving on. Sometimes, when life becomes difficult, our first thought is to run away. But not every problem is solved by leaving. Some problems need time. Some need patience. Some need a doctor. Some need a counselor. Some need honest conversations with the people we love. Healing often begins when we accept what has happened and ask, what can I do next? Life rarely changes overnight. A healthy body takes time to build. A strong family takes time to build. Trust takes time to build. Financial security takes time to build. Even peace of mind takes time. Little by little, choice by choice, day by day, we slowly create the picture of our lives. Perhaps a simple life isn't an ordinary life after all. Perhaps a simple life is a life built with patience, with gratitude, with responsibility, and with love for the people who matter most. That is the kind of picture I hope to keep creating. Episode 10, Part 3. What kind of life are you creating? As I think about the picture we create with our lives, I also think about the things that can slowly pull us away from it. Not every danger comes all at once. Sometimes it comes one small choice at a time. A little dishonesty, a little greed, a little anger, a little jealousy, a little neglect. At first, these things may not seem important, but over time, they can slowly change the direction of our lives. Sometimes other people may encourage us to walk away from what matters most. Sometimes they may tell us to give up. Sometimes they may tempt us with things that look better for a moment, but cost us something much greater. At those moments, I remember my mother. During the war, people told her to leave her children behind so she could escape more easily. She refused. She chose to carry us instead. It was harder. It was slower. It was painful, but she chose love over convenience. That story has stayed with me all my life. It reminds me that the easiest path is not always the right path. When I think about creating a good life, I don't begin with money. I don't begin with success. I begin with character. Be honest. Be patient. Take responsibility for your choices. Care for your family. Keep learning. Protect your peace. Those things may not make headlines. They may not make us famous, but they build something much more valuable. A life we can look back on with gratitude. When I imagine the picture of my own life, I don't hope it looks perfect. I simply hope it reflects the person I wanted to become. Someone who kept learning. Someone who loved his family. Someone who tried to make sense of life. Someone who remained kind. Perhaps that is enough. Not because my life was without mistakes, but because I kept trying to become a better person than I was yesterday. Thank you for listening. If these reflections have encouraged you to think about the picture you're creating in your own life, I'd be honored if you subscribed to 0 Day Learner. I'm Thao. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of your family. And never stop learning.